Let's go ahead and get the second part of this video out. So I got about another 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and get this started. So when we talk about motivation, when we talk about meditation, when we talk about inspiration, ultimately what we're doing is allowing ourselves to get to that place of focus. When we utilize motivation, meditation, and inspiration as a reflection outwards, it comes down to the simplicity of you being yourself. So when you utilize what you have inside of yourself, then the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis become a little bit easier to handle. It's just that little bit of a difference, that little bit of an upper hand that you have on a daily basis that makes all the difference. And I'm telling you, when you take on very few tasks and you do them very well, that means that you allow the hairstylist to be the hairstylist. That means that you allow yourself to be breathing. That means that you allow yourself to use the focus and the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis. That means that you utilize what you do have, and it's never about what you don't have. Always when you get put in a place, you should always ask yourself, is this the right place for me to be? Are these the right type of challenges that I am facing off against? Can I overcome these challenges? Is this the place for me to start? Is this the job for me? Is this the reputation that I am for myself? And when you look inside of you, when you ask yourself these types of questions, when these types of questions come out from within who you are, and when they become a reflection on the outside, then ultimately what we are doing is utilizing the knowledge that we do have. So when we focus to the point where we set goals in front of ourselves, we give ourselves the ability to challenge those and overcome those things. Ultimately, what we're doing is showing the reflection of the strength that we have inside of ourselves. That's why there's no poor me, no poor you, no disabled mentality. There is only an able mentality and the ability to get to that place. So what it is that you all have a place of focus. You all got inside of yourself what it takes. It is up to you to go inside of who you are. It is up to you to be hard on yourself, to give yourself that ability. It is not your brother, sister, mother, father, aunt, uncle, or even companion whose responsibility is to go within and become a reflection outwards. They cannot, will not have the ability to breathe for you no matter how badly they want to. So therefore, let's own up to our own. Let's put ourselves in a place. Let's give ourselves that ability, that the reflection gives us the ability to utilize this universe, and the tools within this universe will work through you and will work through me. Now we're at about the 30-minute mark, so let me go ahead and start talking about how important this is to meditation. So when you give yourself the ability to write stuff down, the ability to get to that place of focus, to take on less tasks, to make sure that the tasks that you do take on, you can do the best of your ability to utilize what you are able to do, then you start to get to the place where you start to use that as a tool. The tool in this universe of our ability to focus to that place gives us the ability to be this tool in this universe. Now, as we give ourselves the ability to use the level of focus that we do have from things like writing stuff down, from putting ourselves in a place where what is inside of us is becoming a reflection outwards, from the ability for others to identify with this and studying others, it starts to get down inside. It starts to ask you the question, do you really want this? And when you start to face off with yourself, the challenges that you face off against don't get easier, they get real. They get inside of you, and that reflection shines outwards. So this internal journey is lonely. This internal journey requires a high level of focus. This internal journey gives you the ability to start breaking down yourself into a classroom. So as you breathe in, you absorb that focus. As you focus, you give yourself those type of knowledge. So as you focus to be the student inside the classroom of you, you have the ability to start extracting from your focus the knowledge inside of yourself. That comes down to you versus you. That's the reason why there's no excuse for it's any other this or that. To ourselves versus ourselves. Is this what I really want? Is this type of challenge something that I can take on? Is this something that I can do? When you ask yourself these types of questions on an inwards journey, when you give yourself that ability to find that place inside of yourself, it's a little bit different. You start to see things around you a little bit different. The challenges that you face off against become a little bit different because they start to become learning lessons. They start to become the things that make you able to be yourself. When you start to want to do things, when you give yourself that ability to allow yourself to be you, that is a shining light in this universe. Even down to the knowledge inside of yourself, to the deepest self, that place is very special. And so when we ask ourselves, am I focusing? Am I getting the knowledge extraction inside of myself? Am I giving myself the ability to become self-study? That ultimately comes from your level of focus. Am I putting myself in that place where the challenges that I face off against, I am achieving? Is the knowledge inside of myself becoming extracted at such a level that the light is reflecting outwards and the internal absorption is utilizing this as a classroom? And that's where a lot of people lose it. They lose the ability to go within themselves. And sometimes they get into that dark place and they need a guide. They need somebody to say, hey, it's you versus you. It's okay. You can do this. You got the knowledge inside of yourself from the challenges that you have faced off against. You got that inside of who you are. These things that you face off against on a daily basis are there for your growth. These challenges that you face off inside of yourself are there for your reflection. And ultimately, what you are is simple. You have the ability to utilize what you got. You can stretch your stuff. You can put on makeup. You can allow yourself to let your hair grow out. You can be beautiful for you. When we see these inside of ourselves, when we can shave our heads if we want to, or grow our hair out to our knees, if we have the ability to see that inside of who we are, we can go to that place where the stories and the lessons inside of ourselves give us that ability to become that kind of reflection. Then we are utilizing this universe. When we use this universe in such a way that we become blessings in this universe, the knowledge inside of yourself shines out. As that knowledge shines out of who you are, other people will identify with you. They're going to see that you have something special because you have the ability to connect with your focus and what you do have inside of yourself. That means that you are a student inside of the classroom with the teacher in the process of you. We must learn to become both the student and the teacher, that we can utilize the focus inwards and the knowledge extraction outwards, that light within ourselves reflects outwards, that we become the classrooms of the story of ourselves, that what we have inside of ourselves are inner lights. Each of you are beautiful. When I walk down the street, I see the energy in all of you. When I recognize that the challenges that you face off against, you can overcome. When people ask me, I don't know how to meditate, I explain it is the able mentality. It is the ability to get down with yourself, to put yourself in such a place that no matter how hard the challenge is, I'm going to learn from it, I'm going to grow from it, I'm going to overcome these challenges. That ability to get to that place where I am going to use this universe to utilize myself, where this universe has the ability to use who I am, the challenges that I face off against, the stuff inside of what is going on, so that I can become a reflection outwards of this classroom and the ability to utilize it in this universe, so that I can be utilized as a tool, so that I can have that connection with my knowledge, with my focus inside of myself. I want to ask you all, are you getting to that place? Are you using the tools that you do have? Are you using the breath that you got inside of your body? And if the answer is no, you should join me. You should ask me questions. How can you do this? How can I get to this place? How can I overcome these challenges? How can I absorb from my level of focus to extract that knowledge? Where in the energy fields do they lay? How can I bypass this stuff to elevate myself to a place where these challenges no longer affects me? Those are the types of questions people should be asking. I have been doing meditation for 7 years. And what I have learned from meditation is that ultimately this is a reflection of what we have inside of ourselves. How focused we are shows through, the knowledge that we have inside of ourselves shows through, and what other people see on the outside is the reflection from within you. Ask yourself, are you enough? Do you have inside of yourself what it takes? Can you manifest the type of companions that you're looking for? The reflection outwards that comes from within who you are? And I'm telling you, what you got is you. And the people that want to be around you, they'll come to you. And the ones that don't want to be around you, they'll be moving away from you. For each action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So that means the universal law can be utilized in our daily. So that means that what we are is something special, that we have the ability to breathe in and out, that Einstein was correct, that mass and energy is interchangeable. Can we utilize this in such a way that we can change this focus from focus to heat up the knowledge inside of ourselves? Can we get to that place to bypass the knowledge, the coils of lower levels of choice, to gain the knowledge of itself, to remove the impurities that are stopping you from learning from yourself? And I'm telling you, you most definitely can. I have a full network. I have videos out there that can help you to bypass these levels. I help others through liberating themselves. When you feel that within yourself, you will seek me. You will seek my knowledge. When you see that within yourself change, just listen to my videos and you will see what I'm talking about. Just hear what I am saying when you are in that dark place, when you are in that work and they say you need to stay here 3 extra hours. and you're about to get off right now. How can you turn that into use the knowledge and the focus inside of yourself? How can you put your whole being into something and when it falls apart, start over again? How can you learn from those lessons how they are meant to make you stronger? That is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about to you, that person that might be in that dark room, that might be in that dark place, that just doesn't want anything else. I'm telling you, you got it inside of who you are. Those challenges in a place of meditation are lessons. And in those lessons is growth. And that growth is a feast for you. It is not meant to tear you down. It is meant to help you to grow. As you grow through those types of challenges, as those challenges come to you, and you start to study and learn from the lessons inside of yourself, they become just a little bit easier to handle. Just a little bit better perspective comes out. Just a little more understanding. So, as we gain that knowledge from our place of focus, then we start to recognize that you are great. That's when people start to see that reflection outwards. And that, my friends, is when the connection between your knowledge and your focus starts to meet a place where what inside of you becomes disciplined. When you utilize it in that way, when the universe has the ability to use you from your knowledge and focus, they start to put you in a way that you can focus on the positive tasks at hand. That the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis, you have the ability to overcome. When you see that those challenges that you face off against on a daily basis give you that ability to utilize your focus, your classroom, and your knowledge, the inwards and the exwards breath's connection has the ability to reach a place which is called you, discipline. What others identify on the outside from that is what they call inspiration. When you are so disciplined, it creates ripples in this universe. These ripples in this universe, they work in the way of a puzzle. If we put all the pieces in the puzzle and the picture in front of you together, then you have the ability to put the puzzle together. Now, if we take all the pieces of the puzzle apart and you have to figure it out, you're going to start using your focus and your knowledge, that connection, to recreate that discipline, which ultimately is that puzzle. And what others will see from your energy being utilized in that way is a reflection, and that reflection is known as inspiration. So ultimately, what I want to be known for in this universe is the ability to connect my knowledge, my focus, to the point where I become disciplined, where the discipline inside of ourselves shows through, and that light that other people see is inspiration. When we start to utilize the tools that we do have, when we use that stuff that we have inside of ourselves, when we use what we got, when we put ourselves into this classroom and we give ourselves that ability to become an able body in this universe, then this universe utilizes you. Then this universe has the ability for things to be manifested in front of you. Then this universe brings blessings. And when you focus to the point where you are disciplined enough, you bring blessings with you. Challenges that you thought you might not be able to overcome start to become overcome. Barriers that you might not have thought that you could break through, you have the ability to break through. When you bypass challenges and walls move out of the way for you, because your knowledge and focus is moving through. when you can get to that place inside of yourself, when it utilizes you and you, then you can become the best artist, the best singer, the best speaker, the best writers, the best managers, the best authors, the best cooks. All of that comes from your ability to use your knowledge and your focus. The discipline and that inspiration ends up being a tool, just like the paycheck is. That's just a tool. It's another tool to show you that you are on your path. The focus that you are utilizing is being paid for from your level of discipline. The reflection becomes the paycheck, right? When we give that connection between our knowledge and focus, when we put our whole self into it, when we put our whole self into it, this universe has no way to deny the greatness and the reflection of beauty within yourself. When you are that disciplined, when you are that place, when you have that place, that is when you can get to the top of the mountain. That is when the mountain becomes a challenge that you can overcome. That is why we have to go inwards. When we go inside of ourselves, when we see the light inside of who we are, when we face off against the challenges that we face off against on a daily basis, the blessings that come out of those challenges are called discipline. When you face off against those challenges with a connection of your knowledge and your focus to where your whole being is a part of your story, where your whole being has the ability to face off against this challenge, and this challenge, and the knowledge inside of yourself is utilized, then you have the ability to use what you got inside of you. So what do you got inside of yourself? Ask yourself, can I shine with this kind of light? And I'm telling you, you can. I'm telling you, this universe created it in such a way that you have the ability to get to that place with what you got. You can become those best mechanics. You can become those best doctors, singers, writers. And I will help those people. I will help them be that person. I will help them to get to that place. I will help them to overcome those types of challenges. The able mentality gives us the ability to reflect outwards from our ability to utilize what we have inwards. And we all got this. We got this inside of ourselves. It's that thought process that you think, man, I should have done this, man, I should have done that. Well, are you doing that? Are you putting yourself in that place? Are you giving yourself that ability? Is that growth coming outwards from within who you are? So look at your challenges and say, you're not too big for me. I have that ability to use the knowledge and the focus that I got inside of myself. You got this. We got this. We can face off against this on a daily basis. We can overcome these challenges on a daily basis. There is no difference between yesterday, today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. As long as I got a breath, I am the classroom. As long as I have the knowledge and the ability to learn from myself, and I am learning it, I got a classroom. As long as I have the ability to get to the place of discipline, where I use the tools that I do have, I'm going to create a reflection, and that reflection is going to shine as an inspiration. Then the universe will utilize me as a tool. Am I centered with myself? Yes. Is my knowledge great? Is my focus great? Yes. Do I have that discipline to get to that place? Yes. And I am with you guys on that. You got that inside of yourself. That place's growth is within you from your level of focus, your knowledge to become that reflection on the outside. So lift other people up. Let them learn. Let them see you focusing. Let them get into the place where the universe has the ability to utilize you. Get into that place within yourself. Challenge yourself to know you. Challenge your knowledge inside of yourself to let you have growth. Challenge your knowledge inside of yourself to give you the place where the light inside of you shines outwards. That when you're with somebody and they're with you, that you both are on journey and you are enjoying your time together, that the challenges that you face off against, you can overcome. The person that you are inside is beautiful, that the light inside of you shines outwards, that there is nothing that you can't overcome. When we see this within ourselves, and others see this around them, they start to see this inspiration as a reflection of your level of discipline. So get to that place where you start to write stuff down. Get to that place where you use the tools that you do have, where the tools that you do have inside of yourself is enough. Allow yourself the ability to gain liberation from the knowledge inside of yourself. Allow yourself that place so that others will see that within you. Others will see that within you, and they'll want it. They'll want to have that for themselves. So when you share my message from Motivation, Meditation, Inspiration.yoga, when you share this liberation, bring other people with you to that connection. Allow what I am saying to work through you as well as them. Share it with them that they may learn from where I have been, from the tools that I have gotten and broken down, the ability to hack into the thought process, to utilize the focus to liberate ourselves, that we can become disciplines and blessings in this universe. That what we have inside of ourselves is something so special. It's in each individual one of you. When you allow yourself to be a blessing in this universe has the ability to utilize you. When you use your focus and your knowledge, and it cradles in such a way that others identify with you as disciplined, then what happens is this universe has the ability to utilize you. When you use what you got inside of yourself to that level, the reflection will start to shine outwards from within yourself, and this universe will start to create ripples. Others will see this, by the way. They will see these challenges that you are overcoming, and they will call you an inspiration. So that's why that reflection is so important, because it comes from your level of discipline, from how much focus and knowledge you cradle within your discipline to become a reflection on the outside. This means that you can become the best managers, the best cooks, the best singers, the best writers, the best artists, the best speakers, just from becoming yourself. Use what you do got. You strut your stuff. You let this universe use you. Let this universe use you in such a way that you achieve your dreams, your goals, and all the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis. That is the key. The key is to use the technology of your knowledge and the power of your focus to the point where you utilize it as a discipline, and that discipline creates a reflection of inspiration. What a light you all are. What a light inside of yourselves. When you listen to this message and you're in that dark place, start to utilize the tools that I'm talking about. Give yourself the ability to build the strength inside of yourself. Give yourself the ability to say, I got this. I got this. You might not know how it is right now. You might not know the place that you're in. You might be in a difficult place, but say to yourself, I got this. We got this. We can do this. This challenge is nothing too big for me. This challenge is worth it. These challenges that I face off against on a daily basis, they're worth it. They are blessings to make me stronger, to help me to grow, to help me to be the person the Most High Creator of this universe made me to be. Find that place inside of yourself where your knowledge and your focus is cradled to a level of discipline to where you are undeniable. where the ripples that you put into this universe come from within you, where the light shines outwards from you being around to where others have nothing but the ability to acknowledge that you are an inspiration, because you are. You have an inspiration within you. You have been born. You have a breath. You have knowledge. You have focus. Connect your knowledge with your focus. Make yourself a place of light, a tool within this universe that the Most High can utilize you. I want you all to see the blessings that you have available to you. I want you all to see the challenges that you face off against are a place for you to have a place of growth. I want you to know that what you are going through, you can overcome. That those challenges are a place of reflection, that the knowledge inside of yourself and that focus and the ability to get to that place will give you the ability to overcome that. One of the ways that I use and that I want to create ripples in this universe with is that meditation for myself is a very useful tool. It means that I can go in and study myself to the point where I overcome the challenges that I face off against on a daily basis. Are you giving yourself that type of time? I want to inspire you. I want to create those kind of ripples inside of yourself to get to know yourself, to get to that place where you are awesome, not for nobody else, not for other people, not for your companions, but for yourself. Are you awesome inside of who you are? Are you providing this universe such a way that your beauty is shining outwards, that other people identify with your knowledge as you beautiful? Because you are. You have that inside of yourselves. You have that knowledge to gain the full knowledge of what you have. That light inside of you is bright. It's just waiting for your communication with the Most High. It's waiting for you to use this universe in such a way that you can communicate, and the waters will change in your direction. The winds will change in your direction. That you don't have to fight yourself. You can use what you got, and you are enough. Sometimes, a lot of times, we're waiting for somebody to tell us this, that we are enough, that no matter what other people say or do, it is not them, but it is me that has to decide that I am enough. And I'm telling you, what you got inside of yourself, the person that you were made to be, is beautiful. That light inside of you is a connection with your knowledge and your level of focus. When we put ourselves in such a way that the challenges that we come across become positivity, when we put those challenges in such a way that we utilize them for our growth, that our knowledge and our focus become a reflection outwards, that what we have inside of ourselves is so special that there is no denying that you were brought to the face of this planet in such a way, that is when we see this universe has the ability to utilize you. And we don't have to be the best singer, the best artist. We have to be ourselves. Let's be ourselves in such a way that the reflection shines outwards from within who we are, that our classes and our places that we go are left with a reflection. I just want to bless you all. Blessings, blessings, blessings. As always, namaste.